na abusua wunim say lawyer Kusi an me kira mam ya Kusi asewa me brempoma lawyer Kusi wunim say wa mo mam ya Kusi asewa finally secret epie allegedly according to committee legal wife for di chirema na wonye ma bia na wo say lawyer Kusi eye na nso so wanye an eno enenam so a ema eye Judge Dorinda Smith ata etimi di asem no editi amam ya Kusi asewa because ono ankasa mpo no omu chirema in fact na there are some nyama bi wo hokra wono wonte ase case aye handle a edin sei no na lawyer Kusi according to omunko mamudie ne kire say na wonkuta bi da enti na eso chen no ayaye sebusua panyi kofi so a oye de rumba yi sa pepepe ene koye e de ma lawyer Kusi na busua team legal life for ejina so aton card ya man say in fact omu hia no case ni mobi ebe ya asemo ebe yo nko pedi ba bi ntina because omu hia no omo hu say onimwa papa bia a de bebo ma me Kusi ase wanti finally o ma reject lawyer Kusi yentie bi ne mfamra
na fabra
161 ne go se wantimi o enye wo na mo kan wa ha se wo cho letter by se wantimi
wo a wanye na wanye enye se wantimi wanye
Nanti letter na o refer me to no why did you refer me to that letter?
That's an o twitwa ne ho so ye so wanye judge ne be de ho so wanye
it's for some baby some sad na wanya
me ba letter by se wantimi an wie ye mesrawo ene ye say ye manapo no ye say ye kire no the requirement ne nyam obefa so de be ye because lawyer Kusi to me no is very ignorant about 161 ene ye kire no kwan obefa so be ye wanye ena wo di document ne ba na ye bogu ni ye say okay wo letter e kire sampa dia wo person wo ye yi na edin ma wo ene ye say okay say edin ma wa besides anyama na ye say ye ni nyina no jai men ye biem wo ka kire so original unti san for original ne bra
asem we ya can
me ba be mama no asi for o de fabra ne yenhwe bibia ne ehu so e bia de ayeye ni bibia ni the easiest way ne no so yenye eno so awan
ma obi nkasa bi my god
wakola so ekoye yi a no wakotwa ntro nti wo
obi nkasa bi nipa no so okoda so ayro ho na odi push ne sa
do you think certificate na wo ho
ai mo da no so why
yeah
oh why
hey creamy part of it
you have the right to say ni ho means me have the right to say
creamy
ma go na ye the why ho time hotel ni ho
right you ho ha ye begie from say by force
ene bia na nya me means
akwesi ye bisa 1+1 so change na 11
negative 1+1 mamuka say 2 da bye bye
have milk answer have milk until first
ebe funo
see your mobian
otina you be share why and then
2 seconds Mr. I'm with them on 2 minutes but answer point just a quick question it's not to be me ruminating what who say also say didn't na lawyer Kusi or the teacher can tanka one of the witnesses about court.
He said, and we imagine say, and no more file for we no, although bonus to counter sue and in her counter claims no, or chair said, Mamma injury. And whatever they were standing on was a letter purportedly that came from Akusia Sewa in 2018. I also then son, Uncle Tina. Teacher can bet me explain so be den sako na onipa ne gina se na ye wo twi kasa bi sa aware gunkru na ya ambo nkru engu aware na insane nko atimi ye a stand say ye de egu aware na and which worked for them and then also based on cross examination and so no omko bu sa mpna aware ni and then which worked for Doboni so
okay yeah. But Yakusa Sawan and a team, they were in court for ordinance marriage.
Right.
And whether if you did any Yaguna Nasi Yamuna and it's irrelevant to our case because in Segana Mano, you can only do one of these marriages. It is a why if you can now call ordinance it automatically cancels out if you did. It is since they were there to fight for ordinance marriage, if you didn't crumple it doesn't affect them in any way.
Okay.
They make a note.
Yeah, me too. I said, but me signed ubisa question. I also have the same question. Say, based on the letter na no mujina so can say, ma me ne den sambe inti aware nebunu. In that same letter no, ma me na said lumba so wunim say ya worry under ordinance. Wunim say ya worry under wedlock. It is all worry ubia ebeye bigamy. And that letter no, not lawyers knew sir. Oh, but letter no out. Not lawyers knew
bigamy. Me who say my many can say yes I
see you me sure say me call now or be under documents ni na obe boy with that wom. And now or refer and say so worry ubia come ho a bigamy. You know or a wom.
My many acknowledge say Luma worry for.
Yes.
Yeah, or acknowledge. Yeah, but one can what letter name was say.
See you.
Me again. Me castle boy. Me.
See you. Just be fair. Let's and the name.
Let's name one me arguments. No, me perceive me.
I get the one argument. The one me answer.
More about teacher can thank her. Me court or buy.
I bet you say.
Say na marriage certificate ne wo kwa. And now omo documents omo deba court straight up. Omo here teacher can thank her.
Needed him because buy.
So listen so you're making the point for me say someone go fight for legal marriage. They don't need teacher can thank her. Because whether or not
there was a counter suit. I think say
again
keep you blind off. Which in the counter claim Obama and mama
I'm making my point in the money suit. Although Bruni said ma so nyere. But here's the case that ma know what documents they prove say or your legal wife. It is say what documents wife. You don't need teacher can tank her. My point no because teacher can tank one man betrim ordinance our teacher can tank her or betray if she our some. It is a man with legal documents a certified say and pa only lumba court. Now worry never court a legit standing. She doesn't need teacher can tank her to come and teach us if you are said it too.
Okay, I don't know your wide and I will leave you to that.
Yeah, if you have an ordinance marriage. Yeah, if you have an ordinance marriage.
Sir, obisa or
but then you have a marriage certificate.
I went to cross exam. Where lawyer Kusi one fan call for only one fact teacher can thank and call for only mamene nkwa you or the teacher can thank a call for or double nikwa de non person prove point say once a year worry no cry na ebusuafo ni hono enya worry like there was some points I know people prove which it didn't go through teacher can thank and for come and favor or double ni exactly so it wasn't just for the woman it wasn't just for mama so men kasa. So person you one point there and then bet me akoda no wa
mama kasa more one okay
and I make her say in his own wisdom no nim the into the teacher can thank akoyen one to help the woman sa some no more can say or den sakwa and two odobu oni say aware na obusuani bia ni nua testify so say like those were the things that the two teacher can thank her so yakaso bia a counter claim counter suit kayeti akosua se wa asem na wen yebedi ono so ne de no all in one suit so what I say and so that man was there for a reason and I want me introduce you obi once ade no I start no in beginning na be introduce you onipa no what I say no truly nka omu hia teacher can thank her for a civil marriage cry but in his own wisdom no and no maybe a papa no call for reasons are what I think and I'm a canon. But if you have other ways so that I respect that's fine. But to me, that's not enough ground to say there's no marriage certificate.
Okay, make me believe you say of all the evidence that were presented to lawyer Kusi, or share evidence who the order courts, and he realized that they did not have a chance. Because the original marriage certificate so went to me and certified marriage certificate or whatever documents they had. So went to me and found for the authenticating a process and so on from there was a likelihood said the case would be thrown out of court. Into so this is mere assertion. This is mere because who can say who name lawyer to see the reason here or the papa in the court. Maybe assertion and say, Mema Junimum. Lawyer Kusi realized that say on one fat teacher can tank and court. And come on, many cases you've been thrown out of court completely because look at this. Teacher can tank and man betche a traditional marriage, mommy said the Janus and your manner. And the evidence of the court a chess and Mamino was legitimately married in court. A coba say evidence no fall short. And Kama case no, you've been thrown out of court. But because traditional
out of court. Oh, sorry.
What would have been the verdict? Let's say
assembly. We cannot confirm you as the.
So what would have been? So what would have been? As yes, speculating. We are only speculating.
Yeah,
we are only speculating.
Yeah, and now evidence act and so on.
But maybe some question in me. Omoko court no. If you are resem enkomo ammem. Civil marriage and kwan omoko kan. And here's the case, the documents. Debbie, you're not listening to me. Me say, Yemfane say, teacher Kantanka was not in court. One man who can't if you are a some woho. And Omuko can't civil marriage now, man. Need the court to say, or per se, yeah, proven man say she's civilly married to Lumbano. Stay no penny you could in court. And young if you are a some memoir. As is here an evidence now or more the best support or claim say but Mamino was legally married no. Evidence no fall short no say yes speculate here. What do you think would have been the outcome?
And I make sure say yeah evidence act name ma one only form intimidate evidence of a foreign document. Ebedi a case. And my
the name about evidence act, mommy. I didn't bring up evidence act too. Me say I'm not talking about evidence act. Me can't have a verdict ni Kusi young. Assembly be able to see, maybe assembly Kusi will court. A combine say judge no ain't to me improve legal marriage. I mean ordinance marriage name mama I mean into no man if you are worried because teacher can tank a chair say big if you are this year bone crew. Into all my moon crew in number case net to say if you are in still exist. Young funny say teacher can tank a bit of court and some was not there because woman court is saying young provision I mean was traditionally married. Court so young provision I mean was civilly married. Into young funny teacher can tank one court maybe. And as some verdict maybe it was the CN. And Calfo say what would have been the outcome?
The outcome would have still been so yeah, because
how?
Oh, mommy can say
legally no way to me and prove so how?
That be mommy now one court say yeah if court improve say or yeah now on you or see court improve say or you're civilly married.
That's exactly what I said.
Say you are not married. Court moment me catch and say you are not civil married. You couldn't prove say you were married under ordinance. That is the only way. But although Boni counter suit no nanke betain dear tia mama and say we cannot even prove say. Remember say
as what can it apples and oranges they make kind of their work and you're saying a completely
saying two different things. Show verdict now work and almost 30 feet now warrior 1991 no almost 30 feet who it's in the verdict.
Mommy,
and there were witnesses almost normal. And see, there is no way I say I just say 9 to ma. Rebecca say yeah, in this traditional and soon to himself or because of Papa Niniho. There were witnesses almost say they were there when Akusha Sewa was married in 1991. So even if Kantanka and Kwa, there were witnesses in the court, which has been Poma who said Senimi and Ewarene Nekumane 91, she was there.
But
you know, say I just say what means me denying him that say no nyejere.
Criminals, Mammy support to Kakrami so also have me party. Mammy Akusia Sewa or court specifically with the ordinance or the civil marriage, yes or no?
Yes, civil.
Okay,
And Odobo needs to counter say Onyeyere.
Forget about Odobo.
Me forget, it's part of the verdict. What do you mean I should forget?
Mami Musa me question you may say. Mami Akosi Asewa or call for ordinance and civil marriage. Yes, he own house yes. You'll be declared as the only. You'll be declared as the only.
She's not a wife.
Criminals hypothetically speaking, as assuming say Papa Panino, I mean a friend saying Papa Kantanka wan kokra, what would have been the outcome?
And I'm saying the outcome would have still been so because there was a witness who witnessed the 1991 marriage. And also
personally, me feel say Lawyer Kusi did Mamino a solid. I really think Lawyer Kusi did well in that case with her, because had he not thought ahead, say on for teacher Kantanka and Mema, this case wouldn't have gone the way it did. And so I really do believe that Lawyer Kusi really did Mamino solid. Yeah, but to me, and I wanted to say this before having Sifon. Mama argue on Sabia. The sentiments of it we can argue on it, but when it comes to the facts, a legal facts down, when we look at these things and still argue in the face of it, I feel say it falls short. I don't think it's genuine. It's very disingenuous. Say some facts near that one, we'll go around the facts and argue about something that's not factual. It's more based on sentiments. I think that no teacher can tank and this whole case it's not involved with the court.
And I agree with you 100% because in this situation, I think lawyer Kusi did an excellent job by bringing Peter Safu Kantanka, because there will be zero marriage for Mamino. So I say, until I think I'm speaking hypothetically. I think Lawyer Kusi, knowing what he knew, said they don't have no certificate to be a baby. As a smart lawyer, and the main fact, another ways the means, the for Papa Winya, knowing the fact to say, Mamini making an attempt or an effort to terminate the traditional marriage and then Alpha. And I think, a honor lawyer Kusi gave her a grace power. And so also, my twisting is say, Lawyer Kusi Babua, Odobroni, she knew her position. Yeah, dear, we knew our position. Yeah, in fact, you say, but we knew our position. Monamako court to say, who could prove to be the only surviving spouse. You couldn't prove nothing. Who walk a court? Who the photocopies are caught? Who person one for original and me prove case? After you are blaming the judge, say, and a judge in any case, ni any other. Uni this case ni pokran wom. Say, idea. Anka the defense team look like taking it serious. Come the document be about for discovery purposes. No, take a month or two. Okay, we need to review the case. One for a month and blah blah blah. So I court and our court system. So the document but no one found in the timely manner based on the court to Nubusaya. That's me defending attorney. Magic. I have to review it with my team and say I'm a fighting. But we no only buy and one judge ne say any papa two. Defense team Nupokra argue that much. Media to me, the judge was too lenient with this Mamia Kusi Asewa, even to make a judgment to say, okay, or no, so she's still married under the traditional law. Judge, she wasn't obligated to do all that. I think say a favor, but these people will not understand. Maybe my bro, my brain.
Guys, more hamo or Chinobesa baby said the same question. Only the opa
I like her spirit, but I think that's my opinion. I like her spirit. She's very, very smart. But I think with all due respect to Habs Utia, don't take it in any bad way. I think she's in denial in some way. Because she's smart enough to know what is going on. I think, in my opinion. But I think she's in denial in some way. Storage bra and bra. Habu konti bra. Obi mramo na me de mabre kra.
No nti oba sorry ntimi masoro. Ade. Oba mi ntimi nkasa. De bia oba ma yedi ade.
Aso, aso. Binkasa bio na dey abroad. Obinkasa.
Earlier on, I started and ran at the same things. And recently, raising topic.
You be a
I change never quite got that. Because topic we say, your friend say, Mim Bonnie D. Say, your chair, one of your sister Bakua, your Jan, say, Obi Bo key say. I started negotiate. Say, person beko appeal na. Person ya betchi ni panatu mani enjoy appeal no. In this case, they know piano beji but some of them will believe that false, whatever it is, believe. And it is believe and I say drew time be na say ebubo omo di kan decide na be to the panadunum. And no matter what truth no ebeba out no untimi convince the panic that no matter how intelligent the person is. But we share case we now from beginning na and no be bro hono mo nipa na o kasa na ono ni so wo chanto ni so wo boki. And aside when so be on so believe with emotions. And to no believe we am a whole gift. I didn't cry in our tussle. All of a sudden, no abasa and no cry. Oh, yet they on jindy. I know Bill and Kofobi also, when we say, or more Kasa is as if some do Dobroni, no almost support to Dobroni. No, all follow say, no crane ye. But no crane also a belong to Odobroni, Tina Mana sounded like say, oh, yeah, Odobroni. All the way to Tiano. And a be pronounced so would deny to say the brother and the kind. And Tomo Casa, we have say, and the probably Casa or Canina, no, or be your team legal wife. But more now, no be a hormone yet team legal wife, but and Trobino, yet Yatuni Tim or Gidin or on Timin stand, they say, I didn't know, say, or Baby treaty, Yonko Baby say. Be one also no, a ya sembio be a kind no cray. And let me a baby run the panadunum or funny say. Oh, I so a man quite appeal now. May you sure say a solution be ama. Also, more quite appeal no. Now for the bed that say be almost the certificate to the buyer. You declare say oh you see. So a man to me and young man so after the young we are normal the sanctions are too small say wow we be kind of contrary be a better content. I guess our part the solution be ama. Because people know how to bloggers in it, they know how to play with your mind. Obetimia create so I fabricated so many things because of all pay viewers, I pay gifts in this and no. We are sure say no so na man and kofu be or no more. To them no, what they believe no. If you crown say yes to crab banner because yes are on did that. On June, they say we are crown. From your childhood, the actual one say your friend say just would to your tight and sana walk heaven. Now all of a sudden will be back at you say oh back heaven and from so be to your tight. It's impossible. And you're possible so I can beat me I'll take it that again because I don't need a groom from childhood. So in the case we say need who say at times argument no cause Emmanuel look very, very funny. Okay, I see.
Me your comment.
Just a minute with a quick be. My whole video be about my miss or American. Now, Tim Lega way for the Bay or Munjaima menona nka only live in a normal life because we share video and I share my men anymore what it why. man omo force woman man ya de bia enye ne kra no like the wish so senko ya de no minim se bia mumu bia ne atwa sa video no so a the way I see who video ni si fa na me hu ma me ne di mi na wo de te ho no like sim say omo force woman no man ye bibia ni within ono no mu no bibi so working no as like obi feel comfortable na wo feel comfortable na wo certain legal wife woni bi wa harem I am yase lady ne ko enka me ka che no on dey say o si ben wo mo ya what as what ne ma se kakra na question no dey ha adwene no nanka omo nhwe no omo correct some mistakes no mo yen because me share video no in fact ma adwene ho saas dien na ekoso wo woman ni wono ankasa wudin ni mu a omo atwa no ho ahia support no enim na se obi a bibi ha no ewo ni mu na adet oye bibi woni pa ni manipa hu se oye okay se minim se bi amomo bi ani atwa sa video so dia cause ya me share dia amount why I share video no dia amount and you are no more to us
no cry
Kwame mze odi overkasa sisi anankasa no bebe ya dui ankasa nsem we nyina anka obi kan kense se yeka biom but yes still na because asem no yemfa se court de wawie ni ruling ena mami se onti ase na wasa oso bet odbeko because yes still confirm coy enti de wo ho sisi ane de eso atwa tika kantanka daroma senia krimi ebebisa he no na daroma amaya ji mame na tu sisi ono ena ne party for no because on ye flag bearer ena na chita for no say hey omunti ase wahu na sansem we ye ekoso no through eno ana ama na nsane nipa bonfo semo a saa nsem tro ni su koye ya weliki akwa komoma omani aja na ye bo si tu sreni abasa na lawyer Dominic ne wose ohene no esiu no ne wose oyese chese he mitimetra se aram se 90 Ghana pa but na memforte omo e de kire se won se issue we nyina no start ye no se ye ya ye wa hai memfo se ya ba beti asem no mu a ye hu se no ekwan amdo odobo ni fa so nye inte wose ye ba mu no ye nyina ya mba mu ntamu ya nhya ase omo hya ase tumfuturo na and se ye ya ye wo hai se money me be ya adwen a hu se in life especially Ghana titru ye mpani fonum binum a omanko school no ya na ade binya to mutrimu a eno anom de ye adwuma ye be kai a tama ye started after 1992 constitution ye started say ya ba democratic rule ye to abai na obi wo ho a ne buafu Rollins won pe Rollins asempose sakwa with them mpena asem to okoto abakwa no de yina ku team na anim nzuna wato ama no onim so wato ama no de ku team na anim enti yitimi fa hatred bi because of asema ya peke esan say ye ni more knowledge ntino ya peke from kakra na ya ka kire na ya fa na enti ma more na nti ye behwe asisi a ye hoe no more na wo ma mekusu ase wa achi because of ensema o motete kakra me fan say akiro ma adwun so mpeso musua de a o matimi abedo musuko no omo nyina se ontumi enso hye kra na wa pe ba bi atana ehu se dodi akire no ensem bia ensem fata because anka we asem se ya ka asem we ya ye court ana me maba se me na me the only surviving spouse me buy ma providing me documents papa ye the 200 dem hey mama say ni ye really am wadi bim enji se odobroni asem beba mu biemu a na ye abusuafo no ena omuso mbetimi aiden atrans say ni na say bia na lumba aye will be ato because lumba ye will to wa na even mama no kwa ordinance ni ye the manner yes to maame no ordinance no entimi ngina kesi pa de kire se ye nyina yenim se court no ono maame no se mpo se oyem prove ordinance ne man na se o se ye adwuma unim se lumba efiri wo nchen na okokọ wale ana okokọ wo a wo se wo chi ne bigami nti se wan chi no wa wo ba ko mienu miensa enan enum ensia na kire se wo fo aso uchi na ya endra ena se de Ghana de ya fe de baby ya duro no se wo se ye ko record ahemfo da be ne start si ya record ahemfo da be ne start si endra kasa bebre na me bisa se okay je mo kan matemase ye kan sentrefo a omadwuma ne sen dentina ye na opemso etu yemfa so de danu ya achame hene de ya yehu yi otu no sensentrefo amamu a ntinka ye de ne ba abonten a ye nyina yehu kwan ye fa so a yetu ni nyina me pa mo cho se ye nimu a muma ye nsua ana ye de ade ase ne ne afa ni pa miensa investigation a o ye no enye ono ankasa na eko yenim kwan ya police for fa so your investigation yenim kwan ya lawyer say fa so eyo mo hwehwemu enye omo ensem bi e dey attach omo evidences yenim kwan ya judges e fa so ka say me kwa hwehwemu ntino omunim kwan am fa so omo hwehwemu ana enti se wonnim na nipa bone fosam ya sa ba mu ayiye ne na ka me kwa me ka chom sa ka me kura san ka me ye legal me wotim legal wife for no hono mo a ena ka sa audio we na ana say recording where the buy no sanka me ka hu bi na nke buy a de meka ne say ye da nipa na se na mumwe ye mane ma abonten ye nkipu ne secret because we no enye emunyedu a ebetimi aye papa ne hwe but sisi ano mo waya de na mum ye kire say koso ana ye se ne be ya obenya correct yi a ebia no emu odu ebetimi aso ne pachi na we de say nya asem enji se munya asem ye na gidigidi mudimirika na mo di aba na see ya oh sorry for that because obi ahia coach even dwabe fosu interview na o ye no so asima me akosu ase wakwa ya coach no any blogger se na be ya obekasa dwabe fosu kai enti no dwabe fosu na che se oye bias na they were coaching the woman because omo nim baby omo dey ko mra kwan so no omo ko nti omo coach no na nanu ankopa ni nyina chi kro omo be gina adaka mu nyina asa be contradict omo. And sometimes you know sa your legal wife for we no ama ye hu nyema bebre ignorance nature say illiteracy bi wo omuntemu because the way omo so asem na ndra na omo kan no aseche say papa no critical bi me one so voice da wa obi eti mu amabo na mati enti no so interpretation nso no asem bi e wo say mo kana to the sense say lawyer Kusi me wan so no ne client na abusia pani na abusia pani no eniama abusia pani behia eniama e wo say ohu se o say ni na adente because ono lawyer no me de masem ko ma lawyer no ebedo asem num suko no ahu se asem we mu odu ana metimi ata na ti because ono so ne credibility hu hia no na se okochi se ensentwefo se munya kwanya no se mo betimi atoto papa na no a mo mbisa ne se ni enrianom eno so akwakoye emse kuwa lawyer Dominic because of your lawyer ntinem se de oye lawyer no nka nipa ho de nipa susu no onsusu bi because ansem we kwa no ananka ahemfo ni bebisa enti so okochi ne nkwala anase bloggers a omowo ono no side se wo anase omowo abusuapani afa Ebenezer nim se na se okochi oma we mapa mpamto mfumso bi wo mu a mo nkyere me medamase
answer nurse na mse asam no nyina ne se nkrofo we mu no e se omo ni any content any argument bia na yen for now. And they are trying so much their best to get something to talk about it. Then this obi na coach will be on some certain things. Any news said you're working. Any news. And even though I advise, so will be can say try so people say try when your news and the end issues warm already. And lawyer Dominic and also Memphis Abusapeni Kofi's lawyer. And to say Bibini, Nessa, be say Uncle Kabi be say ya. I don't see anything wrong on it. Say I'll buy a sardine. But answer Wemono or Munim Diamuno or Madrimuno. I know Montia Simono. Like a so different. So different. Say, oh no, tell what Nasa Cran Arjun or oh no, until Mona or Moniama or Moyabia, no shut until Massy Papa. To understand them, no, it is very difficult to understand all those people now. They call themselves legal wife because argument be on babyano edifa. Onwa ya we pefe say asemi a wogina so a wo twene tan enyansa bia anim entiase anim otiase enye ye which say
Mr. Santem say busia former broma de daw. You know, agusia kwa mukamre show so wada.
Nelson, what's the matter?
Anyo Pio.
All right. I mean, me person pick your mind on the question via, you know, me so me be sama ho every day. On say you know who say mama no mama akusha sewa in 2018 or cho intention to divorce letter a buy, right? Or indicated say when we say deal la ko waro for fraud na onim so committee bigamy and say, you know, what have you. And now, you know, the recent event, which is Oko Courts on Onkwana or Yayuri, because you're wearing under ordinance. And because of that, and the deal, our Arabia or warrior subsequent to Sa ne court warrior and a null and void. Now, me be say, Sisi no Yasha. Omuntimi authenticate your more marriage certificate no amayan your more ordinance marriage and to it is a sha is it the case say maame no only deal fine no more ordinance hawari and na ebia before deal baby no na obi free no hawari no omuko jai court and maame no kwa jai court and na say na ordinance hawari bia ni ho cry again our dream.
You are 1 minute to make a short comment. Yeah, 1 minute to make a short comment. Always say we should the way I can see it here now. All the time Biano, they are always picking a fight. For example, a buyer no say on only the only surviving wife. And no could die no. After instead of some go through the judgment, you know. Now for more shifty blame, you see in Sakasia. And Sakasia no see ya koko so after the naba ebusia penny and the koye say. Na ebusia penny so koye si anasa aba or dobroni and the bekun will be. And to what you say, one will be a ya dear legal thing. Not all the time, side panel air picking miss a normal whom here. That's or take you away from or distract your attention. And to kwane wa hona na enu no focus on this on one nim say and trobi baby. They are just distracting you because first of all the other core your mouth judgment. I then now better creating impression be say you be na she be bintia ya man justice. Papa she by what is your justice na ma any ya hotomba. That means they were cooking stories. Me one the other kind be answer the by say for evidence the brand so evidence in ho. To me momu de minim say omu key figures ni nim say and trouble baby but they are just causing confusion say the be ya omu benyo omu way out but they don't know say and trust they can never defeat the truth. Thank you.
Right. Maybe they are convinced say our radio.
Pio mami fa kakra nso so ansa. Say senia menu akwa mekan ye no. Sa pepepe. If you say what the ordinance na aba ye no want me identify enyama ye hia no enti wo de yemfanse wo enyamre enti se wo kope bibi kakra kra hyem na wo de aba kota na se nkese bia wo de yemfa ne se judge no na momo krata sem se ne du baby mo ka no onni mu yi enti mo kope lawyer bia free Germany ho ana se embassy ne mo kope support bia free ho de aba be hyem a anka wo se by this time ye di apia asem apia no anka wo se ye di awie so ahu na se ne ma we nyina muntumi nyai na nda mode nam ha ochina optosi adechia lumba funu wa hifa chese ensem hwanyae enti no me no ma me ne papa na wale ne de said ya waka na no me menye sure say omu wa aware na mumu no se eye ordinance pan se wo jama book mo ne de me menye sure ana se me hu ne se in case bibi sa akoso kra na ida se lumba free ho wa na adwen se on tena ho biem no etumi emfa ho se bia lumba kra ekrata no amaton de awale obi aman de agiska ma me no so de ne de awale obi amom de agiska endi sesi a no matempa eno because adenti no muntimi nkofa original document pa ejina ho sesi a eneyima na mokofa family book a edi adanse etama mo wale ye ene ni amoye nyina ebai because say wom se mu ye hu divorce woman na say yi no se anka original no ene ebetwa bibia so ana say up to date kra na and say mu ko German counseling na omomamo lawyer so when yakra na obekọ ho no ayede aba betie ma ba bebisa aba kanta sutu no nko no so de ne de aba se ni ni nyina ntumi mai enti no kura ben pa na enti ewo ho a up to date no wo maame we wo mfa mma na wachi difo no enya gidie bi mfiri wo mu wait me no me na ya adwese
listen I'm say the okay actually my adwene say I'm sure clearly sure say aware ne de eni ho omumienu na ja aware dada ama memegidi pe me mayi mo megidi sa maame no ade ne nkrata na ye business but that the lumba so nkrata na ebia what the amount obi use the year adwuma because answer okay for now up to now say maame ne papa no aware am pa na se ni kunu agu a nka this case we nko be start from Germany nka also started this case we from Germany Kenya ha even though cause some report se ni kunu agu
exactly
yeah, in Mr. Santis, they all kind of open such as okay, Sisi and our Arabian, all right. Our Arabian, all right. Right. But my question is
good at that.
Okay, into from the all kind of such as say our Arabia omu ye ordinance no, but omu jai our reanance na lumba efrim. Maybe sana person right?
Osha 2018 letter no the buy and the associate will say omo ordinance marriage enti minti ahwa de minti minka say omu ni Okay. But me assure some many proceed a divorce.
Oh, okay. And then I'm reading paragraph 2 of Winning Show. Paragraph 2 of the judgment, right? I say the defendants opposed the claims in its entirety. So I say, Mamma Akusia our claims or the bass or no pen or yari or no Germany into no pen the surviving spouse near dinner. Although Bruning opposes our claims in its entirety and deny that the plaintiff contracted any valid marriage with the deceased in Germany. We are very, very, very interesting. So I'm sure we are right. Although Bruni and then the lawyer say Casse and some American union credit. Oman worry what Germany da. And then you know him say Germany worry or refer to a year ordinance no, right? Yeah. When on Kwana or paragraph 2 Hano, and Maminya GD say Oman worry what Germany under ordinance da because Lumba no one odo Bruni in the for 19 years not in the and of course sure say exactly and then lawyers no so ya aware it's just this paragraph 2 we no and the first sentence no kwano maminya arrangement say mame no one Lumba man worry under ordinance for Germany da it's we so my who say man dangerous didn't say dangerous Atlas yes
one say
Mammy is dangerous because Oshesa 2018 intention to divorce letter now the coma Lumbana. Or many look to say one Lumba a war ordinance marriage war Germany. And Nintina in deal also replying or calling a bluff. Say so say our Arabian or Germany not say person kujaya go ahead no kujai. And to me, I'm very cunning. I say, they be not trying to be crafty baby. So I would be deceiving call for. Sa now things on the life is here. And to me, dear, I'm just reading this first sentence from paragraph 2. No, I say, only Lumboman worry or Germany that be a cause to be a charade. That's it.
Okay, that's my interview.
The American say, oh no, can it nice more kind of map, in paragraph 2 ya. First section, yana may patches, Semba Kaya say, lawyer Fatimu Fem, no can say, Omupe, be an ass, a bit to me, Omungu or Dobruni. Meaning some Kai statement, bisa.
Are you not kind? Baba Jama interview now,
Okay. So
yeah, Baba Jama interview
lady no onim be brave because ono no ne papa nete because Mr. Santi say ya no moye oya kwala no unse na medical ye mi statement me can say first no ye mpanimfo no especially okoto aba na ne buafo so we dey me dwane pa no dey kotim nanim enso satan no anum so wato ama no ene na omode abam se okoyesa wa say vote no hwe odobroni onjimi to the extent say sa letter ne baaye no on pushi be man say ne sa na tie de akoye de ni dio one na ewu bebre no nene no tina mo friend say side check no the let's assume so a side check oba for a purpose watena ho awunsia na njinka wajimia to the extent say obetena ho ayi lose akosi say ye beba bitu ni say ya anya o de ya anya ofin oni bibia
of wonim ma menka se menchiro enye onu mpo na be force papa no intention him say he is not interested with the woman anymore to onu mpo na be ye ne ne man to fin say enema bi ho a ensem bi ho a e bia ebe pia chire ya ebe ba ba gini pansem na me I'm sure per the video mehu atama wati wona George na mo kasa na ho no ne wo like they are trying their best to bring something inside the woman, but woman also is trying, like it is not easy to get it. What I miss who video ni bia tena video ni
lumba point no lumba point no three ono na beba out point no three na see no
trying their best to make her happy with that say happening any one. Me say am one.
Mr. Santi.
Later. Said you. Yes.
Pacho, good morning.
Okay, what do you mean? May I
Pacho,
good morning.
I can't be big to it.
Okay. Entino, media minim say, Jenna no, I nim, Jenna nim dear, mamma no dear, wo bia, wo muntem bia, when papa nintem. But I could be bitty say, and yaba, and tienya dear betty me bia, nay, but my man is not getting that happy now, more shaman. Unless my men and Katabi Finipe Macano cratch said no, dear cousin, it's enough is enough. Mummy and live me normal life in the Adian anyhow. I think so. Into dear meet you while Dianum.
You about your good morning, Edini or Hennessy. Then first time my request accept me. I always listen to you people. Now as you cannot pay you know. Nia meet me ambesa me kan wo mu say this week you hu the course papa friend say Gabin Fusu bra na me mrante hene we no so na ade ni nyina see na papa ni comments bi o de to comments bi so on interviews bi mu a utumi hu clearly say there was an orchestrated plan right from Germany, not even in Ghana. It started from Germany. And that is the reason why 4 days after the death of Daddy Lumbano, Gabin Fosu had that interview with Biscout Nana Prempe. It is an orchestrated plan. Ninja makers and say, bra bam rantia yinusana aye heated you know. He said something, he said they even omu kochi mame no so that obehu de oba obeka obebi na no aka exactly say ukuna wuna woko Ghana, and if you have nothing to hide, why should you have people to coach you on what you should say so that indirectly you will not implicate yourself? Why? Ukuna wuna woko Ghana, so you don't need any coaching at all. Na uti Gabin Fosu ni series of interviews ni bibia, you can see clearly say omu nimpefe say awaren a breakdown so many years ago, if even it existed. There's nothing there. They just, when they came up about 1 week, you know, they realized, hey mommy, why a big mistake for not visiting your husband. Why year you're going to lose all this, so we want to make everything be creative, and we will create it. If not that, the simplest solution to it is say if the marriage was subsistent to data, it is a simple matter. Just go to the German institution that will provide you the evidence to come to court with. Simple. Samaya wedding, going to 10 different marriages. A bia ordinance. A bia, I'll have a marriage certificate and I'll have a divorce certificate. Judge any person making sure say you are not bringing any marriage certificate that is our subsistent now, because you could bring any of them. Just bring me evidence, say up to date your marriage, it's still intact, you are still with the man. That is all we needed. But because I didn't know, it's a crime behind a fast or a bit creative, and we will appeal to the public court, public opinion, cause commotion so that I beg baby giddy. Look at why she is at US now. Sometimes I wonder, Ghanaians are brutal. Some of us are thinking, I cannot believe it. What I mean the umpire at Sekra? Are you trying to elevate the woman over the man or what? These things will not win any case in court. Just bring the certificate. Me GDP say awarian is not a new hope. Say now hope say a good longest time. Somebody also made a comment here, but and also I believe that is also a possibility. Sometimes even if ni book you can hire away. Some people do it a lot. I live in Edinburgh. It's very common, very common. For all right, but then okay, Charlie, you hear better 10k, then another 20k. the woman will sell no to marry a man on paper. The man will do his, but in the end, they find a way to come and say, I'm gonna reconcile. They do it all the time, so it's possible that the woman is doing business with Nadiano. Into of course, or my certificate about back on the Charles Kojo Fusun also, nay John Kuma and also about your Niampesa Mekana Medasi.
That was a beautiful one. Mama Cash.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Mother's Day.
What is it? Just I don't know. Na prayer na mpesa amiti asemu na okano na mpacha wo se me for me paper e worry obi because of sika. I don't think I mean to make a truth no. So make unu nie but DNS any na same efa some ko asem bia ntwa no bia so beti o asese de na oye nie.
Mama Cash, me paucho. When we asem we na ye kan sana. A delicate bia and team legal wise for no, they are not smart. Sure. This is going to create a lot of problems from Ghanaians living abroad. But me be answer the answer na makanienti American sana. Sure. Mama Cash, you see as a man back publicly say I have a big issue. It's not only in Ghana. The matter is worldwide. It's not confined in Ghana alone. And even if it's confined in Ghana, Omunomu claim said the German embassy in Ghana is following the case attentively. It is a ube jina ho now we can say oh the emphasis say true. Ube can say oh me worry papa ne there but me book no but ton e business and anything me kwanje back he will be in deep trouble. With the German authorities, she cannot dare open the mouth to say, oh, me the book ni yen krata. This is the reason why nenke se o kana nutum. Ni e kan say mo ya wo nyina mo ya ware for no. Fine, you go and you deal the matter with the family. Frɛ Kofi Usu trans unim papa ebusua panyi unim ade ni na ne say o fa ase no. Menini da so e ware. Ye ware for na emom no esa akwantu mu nsɛm ni sika sɛmiti. Na me pesika kakra bi dia ba be ye me ade bi. Nti ne nkrata so de. Menene nware biom. Although ya ware for no ma ton intino said ya be ya aban ne nkote na me ho nchiri mi intino de mesrewa this is the thing. That's all. And can loud say there's so many Ghanaians omo yes outside. I'll tell you things, right? There's one there's one thing be na ekoso UK pa until say Nigeria for Philippines will be caught on Facebook. Echo Siki clients on Facebook BBC yeah panorama program as I say affected people say can we are not they are Echo show there could be say Ghana for two it be more UK money in krata permanently me to her say maybe I'm a British citizen although a Ghanaian nasa Ghana for two no omo nyinsɛn oba no kwa birth certificate no o ma be contract me ma charge na me di me din ama e dia ma kwa birth certificate sa akola ne papa me. UK government up until a certain point they were not doing DNAs on these things. It is a me oba ne nim ne ba papa. It a man no so na mostly o koye registration of births ewa ha nti o di me din koto so no koye because I am a British citizen inti. Within 21 days after getting the birth certificate, you can apply for a passport. I'm about Frano. You can apply because maybe you're a British citizen. Intino about Frano be a British citizen automatically. 2 years down the line, the original father comes and contests. Say, "Me name is Reteho. Ya wo so say Obama way and you know okay fine." What then they were doing was who now about the contest and go and do a DNA. Maybe now. Me di order the mama ko DNA o be ma no ko ye next say e match pe then they say okay then obaako no nye papa no they will ask the woman the nti na wo say we na o so be ka say brana me ni me kunu ho no so na me twafa na chi iti no I thought say e we e na ba so now no o ma yi me din afi so they original man no then becomes a British citizen, the woman becomes a British citizen. It is a business course of UK. Until recently, panorama program, Nigeria Philippines will be contracting Facebook, almost seeking clients to do these things, and it blow up. As they say, because DNA, Breman Becker, into no loopholes and what systems be more now to me and manipulate. TLW phone smart. It's most of them are ignorant, semi-illiterate, and uncivilized beings. Omanya kwa betana brochiri. Well, omu nim de omo ye na.
I'm sorry. Okay, would it be? I mean, okay. Asama okay. Mia Madam Fubi, a sister, a be happen e Germany.
Yo.
No on ni kunu and on ni kuna wo. Like woman nyina woni be man net bet na be man nkrata asem eni ho. Ne se be ya no be nyan nkrata ntino. Ano mo ni broni bi eye the same thing. Until later na papa no original father no call say one na yere net and it se ne ma won nkrata dia wo so no so nyan nkrata na. Anhwehwe mu call so no. Broni na wo yes aden. Odwane ye. No ye Germany ni mpo. No what no what because original father ne buy na some no court to cry na just baby na aduru na nka omumienu no nyina no na nka e deport omo back to Ghana but one or two be na course na janyame adom ne mpa ebo ne aja kakra omunya lawyer papa na omunya estate okay nti asem no court na judge ne say after all said you okay ya obite me fa ne kunachi nti sa abasa na chese be man here right na ma omu papa no nso nya nkra omunya stay on papa ne nya nkra ta up to now that so to ntino yenia na ye create problem ne maye ho na same way amami die ya abaye ne that lumba case we wo pa ye maye ho just 2 years Germany for be face problem pa e won krata same ho aware same ho because omo fin say ye kan watraw enipa ye adwuma wo German embassy wono obi abetra Germany obi abetra Ghana atitwi no obi ni Ghana ni neti e war watitwi no kakra obi ye odobroni side why explain issue ni nyina kire ne best friend boni bi unim baby yes
Mr. Asante say me chawa no
explain perfectly
me chawa no there would be Ghanaians omo ye adwuma e wo omo office what I mean instead of in Germany team I mean for UK uko UK home office the number of Ghanaians who work in home office you would not believe it. Me ankasa me elder cousin, me elder sister be me elder Doris. She works there. Senior case officer. Sometimes I say be okay it me the way your my baby deport but then in mo hwe dini nyina ni krom for din no assign baby so as for these ones they may hear for your when mu de omo nko na we mean save your kakra. Do you think says we adwuma wo ho no ma not these things going on ubetime di interact romana you cannot. You will tell them what is really going on.
Yeah. Because open wajuma yi.
Thank you.
Into what kind of cry?
Yeah, the name be diagro. Well, you fool say it's not a game. Ye be ye na sabi ntokro ananka. Ghana for ne before be found. Etimi tina aman bi so no. Omo ba be sisi ni nyina. Because of this, and they think that it's a joke. It's not a simple joke.
Maame say wa ebetini testify say wabra wo de letter ne buy o proceed ne namfo kra tu no fuma ne proceed divorce no say na wo home pa obe proceed no waton ne krata na mo bi o de krata no be use side business no
and no it's obvious
say that in some ma be pie no some be pie wa asem we hu no me onimu a anka o kana no krata no krompo ma ye kan say we yakunafo no kra no onko yakuna no kra nko an pija asem bia bi but there will be a case we nanti akudru no some of them are creative problem but they don't know they think that most supporting mame no but later in the years coming no problem they be brave no it will be shock us but at that time no na mame no say even though nya na japade a waje wi so wanya nso so a wono wanya wono nso a wase binum chance all because of selfish interest binti Ade ni ho a eni ho because uye ni ya nkwanim tie. Ena nya nkwan so no waware wagya pen ukunu aso sidi. It is all over. It is all over. It is all over. Enti say in case bibi ni a wa ba no abehu a fetu afofrofo.
Simple.
Se bibi say na touch ma men sole nja ho. Ba aboso opa ope o mpede agyan ne ko. Wa ya ade na ma ade na happy awie o. Na ufin se papa no no abrabo na si because se me ya de bia mbusa mo se oba ben no so agi ne hu di pa wa asase we so na obetim di saa de we ene ne kunu di atena me pe one single person se uju hu di se wo no kunu wa ware pa na wo de ukunu krampo se opema no wona ne timpo na ware no ho no mpo wodi nka wo bi enti die na wontimi ne ntena ema ne nkwa wo biem enka ho edi enti ananka wontimi na emu tro letter brand say wa ware wa wo mu ma enti no like you are aware with whatever you are doing and this anko bia no ho
we are being question. It's a rhetorical question by Mebusa. Obema ben and no aware mu na nani je purely nani je. There's no problem. No be January for 10 years. No, I got na baby. No, so no bafu for got na or bonny brafo for cra. Obey my baby.
Wa bra o access o betimi akọ.
Yes.
O won krata nye se bia ye deport no and went me man or ban so ntimi ma and e bia akofa aba wo. Papa ni tu kwan all the time. Anywhere in this world or person wako o betimi akọ na wo de amfa nsa wo de na ye ne se o mampa. Ono so betena sa wo made amenso memma bema mimi tu emi nya sa de no ye musa number 2 ye so say bema bia nso ni wa wo betima sa de no
yeah number 2 bema ben no ni oba ate na oni oba woman 8 wa fa ne ho awo emofra 3 anase 2 wa ba be fa woman B ono otena for maybe 20 years wa kwa 2 outside wo wa baba for another person, we jaw for another person, and that's minimum 15 years. Within that 15 years, on your baby, we are part of that woman. It tells us a lot. If no we can't ever know DL's side of the story. Nanka otia say, and as it means you're in a ban or back on the story. People I'm telling you, we know the problems you are going through, Abrujri. Because we are men, and there are some men.
And then on top of that, yenye calculation be wa. Na yentiti ni ma bi film. Na yenhwe years ama me say wa. Apart from nkwala na omo we say award e betimi aba difference betimi 2 years, 3 years. Apart from that, yenye calculation bi yenhwe years de do na ma me trade together. Ni yenhwe years de do na odo buni together. Ni yenhwe de na de be do so. Because Remfan say omo wale efia ware no 1994. So the Remfan say omo start in 1990. Up to time one we return back to Ghana no. I mean fan say so ba Ghana say 2 me fan say 204 say 206 or say 208 somewhere. And I'm fan say so ba yompa na do ba 210 krempa. Ni enhwe from now up to date ni enhwe asetena no so matena do dobro ni ma me say wa hwan na that lumba ne tena che ye pa ene na tena che pa
me so on any better on your baby even one issue po
no
it tells you say the first instance he was not happy Obama or happy when he unless he's extremely promiscuous uncle and you see people they are just disgracing us out of ignorance.
No, they are not. No, those people who supporting the woman. Me, I have no problem for some people to support her because we're nipa, but they should sit down, ask themselves critical questions like this. Say, so if there is, why this thing happen? Now, if say a yemia I can contain this thing, I can entertain or not. If not, you can't. Then you ask yourself this question. After that, then you answer yourself. Because there's no woman in this earth I'll bet Tanas Ganani. I will name Senikunu Oba Wati or my coffee ba all the time or my baffy a bomb papa ho. Ombekandi oho bi achraw enti say no kra say the champo na ato na yanti chain anteda and wama say no baby ado enough is enough me kunu no mentimi nsoso ma woni obi foforo enka wo de ade ba ade wo fine say fie ho ni baby a woni oba wetini mpo na ntena wa fie nya baako nso betimi akotena baby no atwe aware no ekora no anansa ube hodi bema na kanta oba betimi aye ana bema nso anko pe ne yere no oba ne sole se pe bema opa wo yere wo betimi atwa afa ho betimi akwo nchen se de wo san be come back eye bema biasu ye nananom wo wale ne yere ne ma na tifie wo san wo afie wo san wo ma wo no ma wo obakwa hakodi na otwa obakwa hakodi na at the end of the day obaba fie but we mu say who say we dey ne dey adentia na for the past yemfa odoboni ba pani no enye example we dey yemfa ne ba pani no enye example sa akra na nya 16 years and 15 years in pana say for the past 15 years ni maame ne papa ne ntena sa wale for da we dey yemfa previous years ne ntonche yemfa akra na age no enye analysis no ne yenhwe this is totally questionable. But people don't think. Yes,
it's an orchestrated plan which involves Kempon, Gabin Fosu, Papashi, Auntie Georgina. All of them, they are into it, and that is why they hired those bloggers to start those things.
Exactly. And now, on hene say, Busan who say, why are the kids, or let me say the children, not into this whole mess? Because they know the truth.
Thank you.
They know the truth. The problem is people,
they are not stupid.
People's reasoning and logical thinking have been clouded by emotions. What's the story now? They don't have time to even do any analysis. So, the truth.
Omo di bibi to omtim se mokwa monko kase maame no wabreu no no papa ne shase na ono mpo ene epeja papa no enti baasa no obi a wote abrochire bia no so struggle bia no benya sympathy maame no enti he case no he the way abrochire fo ne di maame na chi but rather than take an for no and support no
exactly. Fortunately for them no Lumba Samson bornyom kase maame na bre enti back your up
it obi case na anya hold.
Newman was at a certain point in time.
Yeah.
I live me Hamity. I live
was a catalyst.
My wife is a purely TLW.
Oh wow.
Oh, I'm telling you, in my house we don't discuss this matter. She knows who I am, and when he say, "I made the best man who to detain." Oh, yeah, discuss it, and I know why. Oh yeah, because unfortunately, no, ofifia poppy. It niama bebre bia a hete o mame. Intino the fact that mami go through some similar situation, intino. Exactly so. But me, I'm just waiting now. My bibia. Thank you. Intino me train my bibia died. We are not say, Madam, you see. Well, yeah, I'm just keeping quiet. It's like that. We don't discuss it at home, No, sometimes we said that play when I'm around. No, or call on platform. This should be a T1. No, playing the name. We jam and Chamudi. Chamudi. Come, Tiso, already.
Oh, most of them, Nana, and Toka, or Mokun Winum Yanano. Elcom one Toka. And I support me support that Lumba basis on Bema, Acetinum, say, or Barbie Jow. When Fanny say, okay, men are men person Germany. Or the office or better Germany. Every baby, the whole world. With the Fanny say, young month, month week be off day every year who off day year I de be ma into dey say every man won't me ma continuously but yearly we force be man say untwa ticket na na brafie say one kasampo wadwuma wo ye ana ntimi em provide wo ticket na fin say wo ne be man wo bibiye a sesa wo ben ukuna na nkwala na ekwa maame na twa ticket ana se nkwala na ko vacation papa na na be twa ticket na na otama wo so wo train nyina na be kwa papa na be ye ticket in and out amom di aba be di holidays no mako enti nka den ene nka besia papa yi ntimi ntwa ticket emma maame no nka ho bi se akosua brane bra besra me anasa wo 10 minutes wono so like ubetimi aba wa mpo betimi wadwuma wo ye because papa na hwe ne ma enti wadwuma wo ye no wa betimi twa ticket wa wadwuma wo ye mpo wo de because papa na hwe ne ma according to information papa no wo ye ba bontin chese papa no he is a responsible father
of course
emma ne ma enti
Jabin for
yes enti o maame no wuti wano eye wa nkasa wo ho keke ene e bia base a wo betua se wo bedidi ni se base a wo betua enti adwuma a wo ye no de wo ye nyina ye wa ho na ade bo ho bra wo de bo ho bra enti no wo betimi aka kire me se enti kama amene ntimi ntwa ticket wo de fa se ho ye de dade no baba wo ne odo brani ba no eye mfato ho a ye den age na akra pani ne age ne ye mfato ho a 15 years na akra na dia a whole 15 years enti kama amene ntimi mmam just 5 times papa wu ye wa ba 4 times papa wu ye nya 1 year wa ba 4 times. And they are serious. Yeah, supporting media. We should think something different rather than emotion. Any common enemy fight.
You are to be big to be. Only say, Lumban says, no, my miracle says, I was saying. Omo Mudine, or my miracle says, watching. Did no say, mamma, now I live in no, but I yet to say, only say, only power that. Oh. Nipa wada ene de won nai de wada no unyane no benyane ema de wa petu ada enye no kure no unyane na unyane da sana mama yakosho se wada ade na ye wo ma tinu ma adua kan hu se ade no bibia se ene ho pas mama na bere ena mosef mama fo ni bebre no they think say omo no community abroad ha omo ko Ghana no makofafa maba no enti ye omo ya what I say me man omo firi ha say ya oh ye ko holidays no makofafa ma sani mani nyina na akeka boma wo mai ade na hyase no se mo baka ya say ti wa be kan say omo be start game no ye man 50,000 man ti wa say 50,000 minti say any 500 million na say canetity 50,000 enti asante kwenu nyina ho no ya mo ya psho mafum se eduma no munye ina omotie ngu social media no mo kasa maame na bre na maame ne ti se na maame akoso se wa mo amuhu se abra no bawe okofi ho mo fu de se na oyeyere okose ase obi a
da bia me kasa asem we se maame no ko fie ho no e clear bibia se maame no an na even though compose we Ukrainian can say one mpo na nke kofie ho wose nkono susu tani
ko kolumba fie na wo tantra he on na nkono so nkofo abijam because ayere ba ko wa ha na ono so wa ntin nkofo be wade wonu ma no nye penni so no masanti amamre edika ni ntin nkono be kwakotena sa ye friends tantra he dan na dofo abijam no wo ho me part what dey mention ase kana dafo
yeah ana even though mo coach no de ni kofie ho no the saben so mo dwene ho say on be focus on this case ya ne kwase nkoma maame ne kofi no say nkoma maame ne tra baabi na nke nkrofo e ba bechia no say kurani
abechia wo no kurani what is enti no minua he on says ya ade o mo ye nyina sese ya America ya maame wadu ubi wiase wo kurani ya ni kuna wu ne ni den utu so neni abera obeye de mama akoso yese wuyi odi wa nkasa sebi ni nipa na aye na dwe so ye dana wo bu ni obi a wukuna wu ni na fi yada ade cha no hasa ho akwa ade cha na ateka so na wo tse enyi mama mi ni nyina bro adwene ntia
Mr. Sante me ba mi chabra kwa me ba cha wo wana kwa na pesa won ko ni kunu fi oni ni kunu abre e wo kwanto mu abrabo mu obe kofie ho a obe sre ni kura se mi pesa mi ba ho mbetumi abana.
Amakas Bisabiem. That's a very good question. Very legitimate question. That only Obama bre esidan and you are on your bar for bar. You are seeking permission to come to your own husband's house. It's a legitimate question.
Yeah, these are some of the questions that who answers to.
You see, they are not questioning themselves. When someone kasa, say obi bebusa, obi be thinking something different. No, insult. Follow like just like that. Kasa na hana wabre, ana hwani, ana nyami betu ya weka, ana nyami be say, ana hwani, ana like just like that. They are not making any tangible. Be a sense, be our woman, just talking anyhow, insult, calling names. Nantesanes and Kao Shepanad when it took for man. They are supporting with something yakacha like your video muntino. They have to pull out. That is all. But at the end of the day, no, Obi Bessia, Obisi, a senior any chale.
Oh yeah.
1 year no e beba sisia na nyame ya adomo a na wa after 1 year no ana mo beti odobo ni nso nka se wono so se wo no obi bi kapa menya sure so beka no atuma to the end.
Oh no.
Yes, sure. I don't think so.
Only baby that thing is me mate senko for can there but me need any evidence to it. Say even deal right a cat was a ne yase cramp no e mama me mbambe yekuna. So what I say now, there is also a video evidence I wo Lumba as part of the way or you know and also know you why you have to channel Japan and yati out things a mamma cramp on and yard yes say or benefiting in any way. To me, I sure say, Mamma Nagas or she say, Papa, minute giant rating way now. I is a man fuck when be a man be pay your status and you have a pharmacy. And to me, you know, all these celebrations say, Kosun any idea, you know. Just for the fact say, you're recognizing it so yeah, because none any cramp on your thing. And that exactly me that makes say.
The baby bra who say, oh, Mammy, of course, you say, wa time alone, but we are no coffee or na onimi baby alumba you. And you call yourself steady scene or call no. Oh, Gina, no one what you want Gina name. And you honor and a Gina the man lies, hey, Yakosia. Wabre, and Macolano, and Mabayan in Famibia. Sorry, the man reso. Me and cleaning free of you. Sana disinity. Sana mimi huna. It is a program bibia because my causes are working. No, one causes are being here so or call for say or call pray up a general program bibia and dinner bush penny bear say, Sabokaya. A bush penny bear say, Omoya now what then we will crack Nancy. Wakra a causia say, Wakra Denise in Mahami and Wakra Udu Bruni. Sameko or cry Udu Bruni Kwa Gina no Sorea. Ade o yellow by unity friend adding to our friend as so Gina nature said Gina program be ya Sadi Unya Wali knew a wadam ne Kunulumba. Nasa who down for Kun. No, I could the lyric it was may call as so me qua, would Gina no one we are down for it, Ubuti for Abuja Penny. A child was a mammy, Jinna, some in the more bopon, or no any form of ye pia. Yet the mammy cautious of the way away. Sana Mihuna.
Na o share video ya me say mani ehu a mo ti gina fie ho no mu isa gina fie o sense so he ba bi o mo ti no na hwe gina no ne like energy a wode kasa kire maame na hwe maame no so energy a wode ge nsem na it's tell you that there is something fishy somewhere. Both of them no they know what they are doing, but one is not feeling good. I say, well, what can some like we know be shisha bibi home, like we know be a ditro bina the only ditro no, like on you're comfortable with Adena Mokoye as a ma planning bibia anyone makwaye. Na ba ko ka ho no other party no like the nka case no fa no ho na nkasa no enye comfortable wa de na mo plan ne kwaye no o ti de make abonse basa abonse ba ko enye okay ba ko de eche se wono no feel so good say o matimi ade no say especially society ubonse ba ko aye mo bi wo mu this me see the same thing and me hu e wo maame ne ho maame ne nya happy in herself I would hear cause me mechanic plane say when you happy wa de cause ni nyina say o munimu anka even do krampon komma afinshi ada no krampon twem ansa na do mo yema maame na nyina nkoma ye so munim pa o mo ye serious nka o senka o mo ma afinshi ada no twem kakra ansa na nka de o mo ye nyina nkoma ya maame no but o mo na de o mo ho kwaka o beka che say
me who said the inter ultimate China said, also see on my win public sympathy no. And no fee say Obia Diomachi. The only place I ain't working more mono a court. Yeah, no more dincho.
With public sympathy, the we need to party.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the man can say no double conform to double.
I approach for Kakrabina and noise.
I approach for Kakana and noise.
I think I would agree with you guys because we share the course of a celebration of life here. Mama. Something for Franco. I didn't say Ghana for Katano. Almost shedding deal. Yeah. You may for no. Mamma confess a while you may. Until I'm confined to uncle because I quite say as a mammy. True, and I would cheer for you. So yeah, you good TikTok issue. So
yes, say you need credit.
Exactly.
The better transfer.
It's the true pa.
Anybody do say na Ghana. And ya omo de lions ya. Anybody do say na Ghana obetimi to data. Agina so 24/7 said the net legal wife for yi. Ti what me so life sisu 48 hours. 72 hours na life is so gan no enko from ono no da na we 100 over na ono hey na serious
what dan na enko for so no mo
na make o timi ka se le kwa kwada wo so take over na ono na kwada so le na we no so ono so ade asa no so kwada kise na serious serious
but you know this no ade ba ku bia a wo I say apart from the fact that creating problems we are also creating problems for our mother country. We want to turn things around to suit some narrative and because of one person. We want to subvert your legal systems. We want to change our cultural systems and say papa say the bicycle so crying as a red light as well. You don't cross the red light. Mona most instigating people to basically, who said them raso Ghana, and that is one of the things that
now some person when me pacho, I'm not saying say the whole Ghana phone you intimate to internet. Men can say Ghana phone you intimate to internet no, and you see internet, but case buy omo supporting my man Ghana for do say na so life say the abrochi for no so life kakra bia no mo di momo to ho agigiska and na e woso a now the time no mo so life because of momo no man send more money gift o mo di ma o munti. Apart from that fine una and the same crofo binum to Ghana chele chen obi oti abrochi no doubt even though mo to Ghana compo live better life in abrochi for Abroach better life bay, and I will leave you. But in case of say, assembly, or being so life and transfer using the data. Nipa do saying, and a bit me a holding.
A majority near the Cataso, Memphino, a majority.
Don't know trust and Ghana for no. They said in the sea, there were 200 or something giga. Me to submit na sasu giga, was me between a 9 euro, you were almost 200 giga. The free. You are my friend, Kwan was free. Intimate internet necessary, I may be a crime, I may be a TikTok, I may just no matter. And it would be a make Ghana, Miss Bra, what I mean, make Ghana last 2 years. Me call him. Me talk me, and I say my updated or TikTok. No, me talk data 2 million, intimate come from 1 week. Because Miss once I mean TikTok, a trick a pa. A trick a for example.
Yeah, a trick data pa. A trick data pa. Me see me 2 million brand come to me. In the Ghana, nipa pen obenya sa da de na TikTok. I for example, into no mobile life kakra, ti so mo me year. Na so mo so bi about 3 million. And me no kra no 30 gig kakra. No matter how mo, we do short time na sa. Yeah, ti ya say no mo bi na make am ko 200 gig. Between that phone to and one say sisu sa. I feel mo so me number so no kra no. Na me use amuro 50 gig kakra na ni. And he can say, "Oh, more butchering." The officer, too, I just said, Ghana could be my jar. No, I don't know, be able to us. No, I be able to us. No, I be able to now, can go back and who's the Kenyan answer? Now, you can't take years again. I will be saying, me data me data me use on. Me data me use. I want limited. If you Wi-Fi or fee, but me use Wi-Fi no cry. I see so 24 me to me at the say. And I made a name or grace life or so. Made that many and my bedroom across your life or so. No more casao. Say, my loan no cramp, no more. I just so TikTok ness is what my diachi. Me need data home problem. If you Wi-Fi or fear better me use Wi-Fi, data and I'm used. Because I am limited, baby. I mean, I'm be a met me a sham and nipa bear 5 cramp use. And in Ghana for the saying benya that access no to that said the workers or 2 million any 1 week. And in Ghana for you here for why oba so your bemo wadaro my why. But ye can't no in contest say any part was saying a bit my yet yes at legal wife 1 year. No
Abraham me part 2 million 9 euros you see a quest cannot cost. What's with the first 10 euros? Since can year, what to say? The table is here, se can quite 13. It's a year 13 1.3 Ghana 1.3 memoir 1.3 no, and you want 200 gigano. What in Ghana, your amount 10 gigano, the amount 2 million. Who bet my design me here no why? We see it's 1.3, who's Sakayra, or Ghana 1.3, the amount 200 giga. Yeah, I said 200 gigano, Ghana empty of water. A Toma edited base, 30 million, I say a crowd Ghana, and 40 million Ghana. It won't me. It is a week cannot be a year. One moment say then. Ghana in Pado was a multimeter data. It just said, and your mother said, and go for the Toma over here. And remember, I know me to show a life with Jimmy Generation. And your member never told the Tamomia.
Beat me by life so no patch. I see Michelle Mo Ghana, Mamma Casa, and I miss it for yes, the data. It's I mean, majority of Ghanaians, of course, are me and bad TikTok to say, yeah, I will chill for the fact. Don't even worry your head around that.
Yes, as the last bit and I'm person with the count they say. Yet Titi are going to me, yeah, prayer with our politicians say something we call the people's representative what Ropa say ya my enquire yen so yen chere adwen wo ya man panyinfo eyi ho afi so say wo tu kwan na betan o man bi so na be acquire citizenship of the other country e say ya man enkwan ni etimi use yen dual citizenships no etimi de be die mpanyinfo Ghana. Now, so you will nipa bebre bi a go abrochire with this kind of thinking. and we give them that opportunity to come and choose leaders for us in Ghana as MSEBE. That's what I wanted to say.
I totally agree with you. That's the way on. My lecturer back in University of Ghana and mentioned the same thing. So there, we start say primary school, we say mumu say na mutime ko we senior your friends say junior high school. Na mumu say so na free junior high school akọwe. I say mo come and ni na suit you. Mo come and ni na suit. And remember, a few ones per any bit me call minima to the highest level. But the basing in penny for man more. Majority no be yamamono. Eyo mo e bia sebio JHS crown e bia no mentima yeden. Enwie vote they would not consider policy, they would not consider anything. And once some call partisan politics, me MPP ni me NDC niti. So we have a very big problem on our hands. Me especially same way by some legal wise for be powers. Dream man and I said then.
On say to abuchira hai ba ye mami nkasa ba akotro. Upem krase for more Ghana pa ye ni wa dodo na ya abuchira. E ba abuchira for me papa de me ba ye. Me papa no kasi bi na menti ase me chero. E na me ti ase wo say upe Jimmy for pa wa Ghana dodo na eno abegu abuchira. Me papa no lumba no nim lumba no nim dem ta no na no jeme eni eno ose akofo rich and lumba no mbon no se no e producer o Germany. Nti me papa de onu we say abuchira upe Jimmy for pa because we go ha wantena kromu da. Wantena kro ni bra bia bedu abuchira no atwo okofo. Nti won sa ha I had to say konkonsa yema sebi uti kromu a won se den hu no a hu no pa. What I say? It's a say no. You ha. Konkonsa ko fa ne funi kromu straight no aba. Enye me bi o ye uti kumase ne nkran na unhu sa ne ma no. Uba buruchira hu papa. Te say you nkrase for ne imu bi.
You at last. Me fa we count na menko.
Me by the question no ba na do sabanko. Edu me na bia o muso di asam no komatro. Enye sa no kai. So we asam no ka na for di edu we asam no konjatro. A denti na mamino na sam wo tro puro. E wo America, wo akoro America.
Mama kache pa.
Contraka su e wo America na tro po se ni pa bedu no ni complain and no bedu. It is uncle. No me say no sire.
Mama kache. O to me fa got Trump why. Trump cry on fast as him we hu cry. Enya na sem. You and then say ono happen obetimi answer that question you ono no nim nyoye pure atlas asem na be person me kaka ono na o ka se konkonsa. It's not only konkonsa. I lived in London, Ontario, Canada for 2 years before relocating to UK. Go school. Now I had an uncle in Toronto, so we used to go and visit. Now there is Canada, business capital, no capital ni Ottawa, Toronto. The way they've designed the city is such that streets no around longitude and latitude until they cross at T's. So T junctions ni bia the namey places no. So there's a place called Jane and Finch. So a road called Finch and another one called Jane. Right. It meets there. Yeah. Area predominantly Ghanaians. And you will see a lady or the she's walking to the next block or so when you say inclusive one be brain I totally agree with you. Or the content or the content I'm telling you, there was a time Canadian mounted police, that's how they call them. Toronto. it got to a point when you phone and they know the numbers is coming from a Ghanaian home, they will not respond to it because they called them and said, you people were the hardworking, diligent, noble immigrants in this country. But for these marital issues, police. They want to exploit the system.
Yeah. And abuse it.
Exploit in UK here because child benefit and all that. So they will make sure say you are kicked out of the house. So they get these pennies. When you work, you get more money than even those pennies they give as child benefit. How much is it? £20 a week per child? Come on. That's not money. But because they'll kick you out, kick you out of the house. And unfortunately, you will end up paying their rent for them. You see? You're born here, browse. Oh no, won't if you're hoping because your children are there, you're going to be paying the rent and other things. And so, in the end, benefiting, they will find a way to basically.
One will say,
oh God.
One will say, some over Kaya, Come on the Facebook, just so far. What Kai Gaby? The video, the pop anything and take.
New story now about the canon or that form. Say if no bono, and I'm recording.
Maybe I'm just already.
What the form can come from police bono. What's that? Yeah, the man recording. You see the kind of things men are going through. We don't talk.
Just a good one. I feel me face. We have been on the crackers. I want to on your hard. What I said, the guy no camera. Me say, and your camera na down so be say good power. Daddy na I don't know yeah. What the camera told us so and get a crown like I said, mommy is lying. Oh, Timmy Pay, you Kusa, saying pam free. It didn't man go to more desert.
Is it on
some overcome or coffin free Ghana by you? The soup cook on the coffin free Ghana by.
Some will be comment section. I say, you have no feelings for those supporting women. So, no, I didn't know. I said they are supporting women, but the question is on what basis? Premise being and I would so they are supporting Mama Kusi Asewa. Is it an intro and then? It's no say if nothing at all, crana, ultimately really judgment now. Inconsistencies are not a war on one person and the witness is a by a best supporting. And I say on one person power of attorney. Oh, it's sad though.
Very, very, very sad. Very, 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 very sad. Being time, being time, but the approach, unfortunately, for as far as I'm concerned, was not that the best.
Yeah, it was terrible. From beginning to
end. Say what we had, and one coffee with the man because I went, you know, the beauty account better as you woman. Mamma number and one of the wondering over terms about the mamma number.
Oh, yeah,
why not? Say what's it? Mamma number and then don't mind him. Uka ma na bre ena ma me akosese wa so ni dinti otimi nya nkofo so kakra unso ba afoforo na ti say yanka wonya sympathy dudu unso ba afoforo na no mo pa so ba first one look be wi here nkofo kwa no say nti lumba yire wa ba be wa say na un say na ni nko yi nti emema nkofo hu say lumba na asha da ateti ma me na yesa mpacho wate dey nti anu na ma we say Ghana the basa no we say ko do fusu pa Order the one thing. Me part what the Jamaican say. Yes, Udama or Bohina. Na ayama me was in the Biame Caso. Ayana go for the Lumba, or Cotton and Ghana in a great pair. Would they able to say away, say my media dancer? Would they any no more way? mebrɛ bi nso na waka so abɔ kɔkɔrɔ apɛ sɛ ɔkɔtena Ghana so ɔyere no bɛdi w'akyi a ɔyere no ɔbɛkɔ a because ɛmaa yɛ nkɔɔfoɔ bi a ɔmo pɛ sɛ nneɛma a ɛyɛ ɛmɛmu ɔmo feel comfortable wate sɛ aburukyire ha otwa ne ho a ɔnkɔ nsuo ɔmmrɛ nsuo ho ne toilet wɔ ha biribi ayɛ neat saa nneɛma no ɔkɔ supermarket wakɔdi ne dwa saa nneɛma no nti no ɔka so wɔn nkɔ fia wɔn nkɔ da hwɛ mikro minimum bi da bi ameka ɔwɔ ne ma 3 ɛwɔ London me maame adamfo no ɔwɔ nkwalaa no ɛna ɔyɛ n'adwo sɛ ɔde nkwalaa 3 nyinaa bɛba Ghana nti amafo kura busa ano sɛ na nkwalaa wa wo ma abuchi na adɔm bɛtena Ghana sɛ na ɔsɛ abuchifo sɛ ata yɛ nyinaa ne ma abuchi ntini ɔsɛ abuchifo nkwalaa ɔmo yɛ stop ɔmo aso wɔn tinto ɔmo so nkwalaa bɛtena Ghana na ɔmo yɛ Ghana nteteɛ ne yɛ nte aseɛ eti wɔde nkwalaa bɛtena Ghana na nkwalaa ne yɛ bi coast wɔ Ghana ɛne nkwalaa ne nyinaa ɔmo saa ba land back because yɛ wɔm hɔ enti maame akɔso asɛ wa numba na wɔn ne start abrabɔ no kodwofo so hu sɛ sika ba ni da bia me ka brochira me ti bra abrochira fo nipa but me economy akɔ ne sɛn ameni ma no ma ka kontu enti lumba no bi tra abrochira hu sɛ no abrochi we came here purposely for money ana me boa enti sɛ sana tie dia me sika na eba me tia me yɛ den oba yɛsɛ yɛ dem nkɔ sɛ me sɛ wɔ sɛ me nkɔ nkwala no hwehwa no tin nkwala na yɛ kɛ na lumba so de sɛ bi wɔde no ho ana sɛ mekɔ akɔtena Ghana ho na sɛ abada ho a sɛ krama yɛnyama krama nkae yo abada ho a wotere tena abrokyire di a sɛ bi sɛ kwadwofo so ɔma ne bɛma no ntena Ghana ho ntwɛn wo nipa kye wate gye nkyerɛ ase ɛtiti wɔ abrokyire saa na mede mehu adeɛ no sika ne yɛ sɛ ɛba no luba sɛ yɛnkɔtena Ghana maam no bɛka so wɔnkɔ
Orezi ne manti menkɔ and we all hear it.
What is it? Eti ne luba no ejimi so on the oni ni nkwala se ono de nkwala kene nkwala nyi omu ntimi sama abuchi ba ya mo Germany.
Okay, me at this point on.
Come nkwala ntimi sama abuchi ba.
At this point on, I believe every single asama odoboni court kokan. Unim de ntia because me share inconsistencies and na what sank of a team legal for side or court. Any evidence on what the court ya. Nah. There is no iota of truth on some of the coin. Baku crane ho. Baku say cramping ho.
Okay, share one evidence. Okay, woman, yeah, a friend of mine who day. I'm going to be command of 440,000 Ghana.
Wow.
Just to. No. Just to. Say you know maybe you more. That means you say there are people who are they know say the omo yeno and you no cray. Papa she so eka ho Papa she mama asema ye kan wo say ye analysis so ye dwene enoma bebende timi hu say bibi ko wrong but ye try ye ya obi betimi abasisi aba attack ya sif say bia mama no na attack no but yeah asema ye kan ye fact because ade na ye true ade na wokomo obi ska say omra no be back you for what
exactly.
For what? And I wish at the creator wish they can say those that based on facts and to kind NC only my contra. Almost shall seminar no more say way you true no ma be join it. Omunina no ya back. Exactly. Wouldn't they say be a Timodo Bonia? Whenever they are talking on the fact, also okay, Yanko ready judgment, you know. Also okay. Yanko na omu busa analytical questions. Omu nyina so one accord. But the other one, because of your contracting way, it will be the need bar. Everybody followers believe in something. No must have a crashing. But still now, Grofobia Tias and a DKK. And yet a bimo fault. Dear Yabeka or what you said there could be cuckoo stories. They want to now bribe assume as he say, okay, Jai, when your friend is saying appeal no, said the bear said would Jai appeal the young listen to. In this case, I say document being one make me presenting or appeal. It is a man called appeal na akosho madrum say oh odobroni na ko bribe say me wan so enter Nti ade na obetwa ntro ama nipa etima e ne say this is the truth, but